Hello and good afternoon, morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. We're back in Halcyon, in the distant corporate capitalist exploitative galaxy. And we're investigating the death of one Halcyon Helen, an actress, with this little machine that will talk to us as needed. I hope you had a good week so far. I enjoyed it.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar, a CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Pea-free nuts. Well, I hope there's no pea in it. Ugh. But that's actually... it's... Like, I love... first, let's say that. I love food... all the food products they make to simulate some other foods. Like, you know, like lactose-free milk, which, you know, technically isn't milk anymore because they can't really take out the lactose as far as I know, so I think they mix something. I actually never looked up how it is in the case of lactose-free milk. But anyway, in case of the other things... Momentary taste of purple berry. We should probably look... Okay, that's the RR&DD labs. Okay. So that's right. So I guess let's fast travel over there. So, you know, like, I like the whole, you know, steaks that aren't made of meat but of Satan and things like that. Not Hell Satan, but, well, Satan. Hail Satan. Anyway. Alright, just had to fix the lighting on the green screen there. I'll probably be doing this a few times more because I slightly left the window open a gap, and that usually means that as the light changes during the day, suddenly I'll notice that it's a little too far over here or over there. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so I like those food replacements, but, you know, a lot of them are basically, you know, like, wholly artificial food. Basically, a bunch of chemicals. Does the map even continue here? Oh, no, It looked... Because I only saw one of the side corners, it looked like I was facing the other direction. I could have probably just looked for the map marker, but I'm not that smart. Anyway, so, and so I think the idea of selling you things that aren't real nuts as pea-free nuts, which is probably peanut-free, totally makes sense.
Oh good, a fight!
Whoops, and I don't even have a weapon equipped.
Down they go!
I just want to be your friend!
Yeah, you all just want to be my friend. We'll give you some friendship bullets, as agreed. Oh, parasite spawning. It doesn't give us any loot, though. Where did all the dead guys go? Ah, here. Anyway, so I think these pea-free nuts are probably, you know, a bit of an extrapolation of all these replacement foods, because of course, you know, like as a manufacturer, it's a lot easier if you can assemble something from basic parts, because, you know, if you create meat, as they call it, from whole cloth, that means you don't need to manage any farms, there can't be any animals that are ill, and also there's probably numerous alternative sources for the same ingredient that you will need. So like if you're selling beef, you need cows at some point. Whereas if you're, you know, selling some product that looks like beef and feels like beef and tastes like beef,
What kind of insanity is waiting inside the lab for us, I wonder? We've not had the best of luck when exploring laboratories.
it's not as if you've been there usually. The microphone is half translucent as well. Yeah, that's because it's a green foam head on it, so yeah. Remind me not to use your stream as a reminder to take my toast out of the oven. Looks at half dark bread. Aww. Why, I started on time. Yeah, so, of course, it's just from a logistics standpoint much easier if you can, you know, like, if, I don't know, like, if you need, what would you need? Like, some sort of protein, you know, then you can probably, you know, use several different kinds of protein that come from several different kinds, I don't know, of plants or whatever, you know, and so you're not screwed if one source of protein dries out, or gets, you know, expensive for a while or something. You can quickly switch to another one. Whereas the people who actually need that one kind of protein have a better problem, bigger problem. On the other hand, of course, with labeling laws, luckily, at least in many countries, being what they are, you at least don't have to worry, or you'll. They still have to make those substitutions known, and you know, so it will probably be a bigger change, changing any ingredient. But at least, you know, there's a difference between, oh yeah, cows have died out because of some illness, and now we need to find, you know, a completely new product. Like, we need to, pardon the pun, beef up our pork production. Or if we can just go, well, we'll just, you know, if, I don't know, soybeans aren't a thing, then get, I don't know, whey protein, I think, is a thing too. I don't know if those are strictly equivalent, but, you know, it's not quite as gloomy, I think. And, you know, there's some smaller substitutions, like if you make a fake beef, of course, you have to approximate the taste with some ingredients. And so the main ingredients have to be roughly the same, but you can just go and say, hey, this is the new, better version. We now put in just a little bit of pepper to approximate the taste better, instead of, I don't know, this kind of umami flavor that we had before that was came from something that's not available right now or whatever, you know. So it's there are more tolerance because the entire thing is a recipe. So these pea-free nuts, it kind of feels very much like it's trying to extrapolate this kind of food into the worst possible corporate future, which basically is what this game does with everything, no matter how good it may be. And I guess now we're going to investigate Rizzo's Research and Development Department Labs, I think was the full name. So, by the way, I had a sneaky little stream on Friday evening, in case you were wondering. Like about 1 or 2 hours from now, basically at that time it started. So that was, I think 7-ish in my time zone.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
Are we going to get tested? It was a programming stream, though, so it wasn't anything super excited. Of course, I got one of the biggest raids I've ever had, and then had to tell the people, well, this stream will be boring, because I actually just turned it on to code, because a few people were curious about what I was coding. So yeah, there's that. Let's take it. Review recent appointments. Okay, let's hack that. Name, Ms. Ruth Bellany. Stage name, Halcyon Helen. Description, lab tour. Administrator, Ludovico. Product presentation. To department utility. Subject, cleanup request. From reception. Hello, I'm so sorry I haven't had the chance to get your name yet and update the terminal. When you have a moment, could you bring a mop to the lobby? Dr. Blossom seems to have had a rather rough night and spilled some coffee on the floor. Thank you. So, either he puked, or it's some weird chemical or blood. From Blossom subject, what in the architect's blue blazes is going on? What in blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there? I don't believe the rocket fuel combination distillery mixture was scheduled for another week. Could someone please inform me as to what the racket is all about? You better have a damn good reason for interrupting my meeting with the administrator. I expect a full explanation and apology within the next 15 minutes, or people are going to start losing jobs. Alright, is that all? Few recent appointments. Okay, so Helen was here. We have confirmation of that. We can't talk with the intercom. Oh. There's some hacking tools. We had 15 million viewers. Yes, something like that. Right, anything else in here? I mean, you know, it's kind of, you know, if you're doing a specialized stream and it's just at the time where someone big tries to raid you.
It's not worth it, buddy.
That's a bit unfortunate. And, you know, like, you know that. Like I think I checked later and the raid said like 80 people or something like that. And I think when I raided out of the stream again, there were 8 left. So, I mean, it's a good turnout for me, but, you know, better chances. So I just wished, you know, it had been a raid during a stream like this, where I'm actually playing games and things like that, and where it's not just me staring at some text and going, maybe, you know. Because it was also, it wasn't a project where, you know, there was something fancy to show off. Because it's basically, it's a project that if you were a programmer in a Mac programmer even, in the 90s, and still were a Mac programmer in the mid 2000s, then this project, like, you got what this project was. But like anyone else who didn't work in that business at this time, for them it was just basically like, you know, what's he doing there? What's this good for? And I mean, you know, it's a silly little side project that is actually not good for anything. It was just, I wrote something that makes old software look like new software, basically. So, it's hard to explain that. So all 8 people in this target group came that day. Perfect. Yeah, that sounds about right. Before Rizzo's was the confectionery juggernaut you know and love today, it was an above-average chemical waste management corporation. On one otherwise unremarkable day, an employee on the slurry-stirring shift leaned a little too far over a chemical vat, dropping a single purple berry that had been hidden in his jacket pocket. Instead of being immediately fired for his hazardous incompetence, the employee was given an ultimatum by his supervisor: retrieve the fallen fruit and stay employed. The employee jumped into the vat, swam for the purple berry, and accidentally swallowed it. The rest is history. After he was pulled from the toxic waters, the stirrer stated that the chemical-coated purple berry hadn't been half bad, before falling into a toxic coma, giving his supervisor the idea to sterilize and adjust the chemical mixture for human consumption. Soon the sour, sweet-coated purple berries were more or less edible, becoming Rizzo's first mass-marketed product, the Purple Berry Bunch. Oh, those were the candies we've seen throughout the game. Oh my god. You're getting... These DLCs give you so much background on, like, all the products in the game. And it's like, each one is worse than the next. It's amazing. Okay, that's sealed, so I guess we have to talk to you. But not until... Oh, I guess we don't have any junk left to sell. Okay.
How in the aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up, and quickly if you will.
Who are you?
Pardon the blue blazes out of me, but who in the name of the Eternal are you? I'll have you know, I am Dr. Leora Blossom, the head of research and development, and you are standing in my lab, uninvited. Now, perhaps you couldn't tell by the empty lobby and general state of disarray, but this is no time to be playing games.
Something's obviously going on here. You really want to sass me right now?
No, you're right. Listen, I'll be direct with you. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
Huh. I guess I'll try the persuade and hope that we can ask the other questions as well. There isn't anything you can do to help?
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them.
What goes on in these labs that would turn your researchers against you?
Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
Okay, I like when we can persuade something like that. Someone like that. I'll find out when I hunt through the labs. You might as well tell me up front.
So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files. But will you understand the data once you've acquired it? Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed. The product's potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding.
I need to spec more into science, it seems. Oh, we can ask Ellie! Yes! Ellie, any thoughts on what it could be?
If it's causing sudden aggressive behavior in lab technicians, there must be a fast-acting neurological agent of some kind.
I've underestimated you. Yes, it seems to be an adverse effect of several organisms attaching to a subject. Quite unnerving.
Okay, so it's if you get a single of these slugs, like, you know, like those employees we saw in the orchards, then you just go happy. But if it's several, they go so deliriously happy that they want to aggressively make you see their point of view. Is this a metaphor? Like, if one person, you know, finds their, you know, their own worldview, it's mostly that one person, but if several get organized, then it becomes a problem. I can take care of your problem, but I'll need you to answer some questions afterwards.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Though it may be the more difficult route, I believe we should make every effort to save the lab techs. They are victims here.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Alright. Interesting is we never told her about Miss Bellamy's visit, did we? Like, that was a dialogue choice, but it was the one where I hoped we could pick it later. So that's a little goof. Okay. Utility terminal. Oh, she unlocked this door and there's an elevator. Let's just have a quick peek. I think there was... no, I misremembered. There was no locked door here. Just a hole in the wall, and I don't mean the kind where they serve you food. There's some nice machinery and pipes in here. Especially with, like, oh, you can look into the pipes here. They actually made a glass segment. Don't know if that's a common thing. And yeah, there are people behind her working. It's interesting. I guess, you know, she locked herself in with the people she could trust. Or thinks she can still trust. Greetings, employees and lab staff. Find helpful memorandums and news here. Mind the gas canisters. Hello, everyone. This is your friendly custodial staff offering a preemptive apology if the elevator hall is crowded with gas canisters. There are quite a few of them and only one of me, so I'm moving them in loads down to the utility room. Do be cautious. They're filled with a sedative potent enough to put a hungry mama reptidon out cold. Thank you for your understanding. I wonder if that's, like, suitable for, you know, having trips on and they disappear later or so. After work bar meetup. My team and I are heading to the Grand Colonial's bar this evening for some drinking and fellowship. All real scientists are welcome to join us. You know, the ones that produce quantifiable data and theorems and don't spend their time jabbering over how this lighting on that bottle will increase customer sentiment. Cheers from some who understands that market researchers aren't real scientists. Increase protective measures. As we continue our new round of research in product development, I am increasing the required safety gear for lab workers involved. As some of you know, a few recent accidents involving subjects have left workers maimed, scarred, and one worker had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Interesting detail. Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs is expected to continuously produce revolutionary advancements in the food and beverage industry. These measures will help us in further pursuit of that mission. Who were the other ones from? It just says someone. So I guess this is kind of like the notice boards. Because it doesn't have any sender attached. Guys? Oh. There you are. Yeah, I mean, you know, making companions work in such a case is, you know, it's a difficult trade-off. I mean, they could have, in this case, I expected them to materialize behind me just as I pushed this button. Which is why, you know, why this lever is right here at the back. Because that way there's no way I can trigger this and see the spot where they would usually stand. You know, because otherwise what they would have to do if it was just an elevator button here on the side and they were standing back there, you push the button and either you just leave without your companions, which of course they don't want, because if you get attacked down there, or if your companions are stuck on something, you know, like due to bugs or so, then you would have a problem as a player just because of a game bug and it would make you angry. And so usually they just magically teleport your companions back to you. To just, you know, keep you from cursing about the companions. And on the other hand, what they could also do is if you push that button, they could make the companions walk to you. But then you would have to wait after you pushed the button for those bloody slow companions finally to make it towards me. And, you know, like if you're fleeing or something in-game, then it would be, oh, this stupid companion was stuck and so I just couldn't get out of the room and got killed, you know? And that's usually the point at which, you know, people start disliking their in-game companions. And start, you know, like the illusion also falls down that they're reasonably human. is this? Who are you? Oh, those are some of the slugs, I think. Yes. Okay. Ni хорошо.
What could that have
I'm warmed up now.
Smile.
Oh. I missed the door. Oh, but it's locked. So how do I get in there? Huh. Okay, I need to deal with the frenzied employees. So maybe this was fine. Oh, there's a terminal here. Real lab notes. Don't drink the coffee. I told Blossom we weren't crazy. Every single one of us began to have clinical insomnia, and she tells us it's because we drink too much coffee? Well, it is because of the coffee, or more so, what's in the coffee. I had the janitor swap out the coffee grinds an hour later than usual this morning, and what do you know? I've been asleep all day. Those jerks in product have been messing with our supply. Don't ask me how. I knew it. They think they're so smart because they know how molecules work. Well, they aren't the only ones that can create a chemical dependency. I've got a Pavlovian prank in place for the Spectrum Brown presentation that'll cause quite the show. Oh. He conditioned someone? Oh, hi, Tibic. You'll be lurking but not really watching to avoid spoilers. Okay, thank you for being here, though. This is the DLC, by the way, so at least for the main game, there wouldn't be any spoiler. And this is the DLC so far has been mostly, you know, it more deepens the story. It happens before the ending. The latest one, yeah, it's the second DLC, so that's the latest one. And I hope you're doing well, though, no matter whether you decide to risk the spoilers or, well, you're already risking it a little, I guess, if you're lurking. But thank you for being here. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I hope you're doing well. I hope, well, the streams of yours I saw were going pretty well, so that's good. I should probably give you a proper shout out. And yeah, Mass Effect 3 is one of the games on stream right now. Or rather, the game on stream. I think you've been pretty much consistently streaming Mass Effect 3 right now, right? Not anything else on other days. Yeah, anyway, Mass Effect is a fun game. You're good. Today is the Victory Day, also Mother's Day, Parents' Day, and your father's birthday. So crazy day. Yeah, it's a good combination, yeah. I think the Victory Day here, it was May 8th. So, it's not a holiday we get off, though, but, like, it's just a day to being remembered. Yeah, today was yesterday for Europe, yeah. You've been streaming mostly Mass Effect, like, yeah. In Russia and Ukraine, it's on the 9th. It's a victory against the Germans, Nazis, so it's not really a German holiday. Well, the question is, why isn't it? Because, you know, it's kind of, isn't that where we were liberated? So, you know, where that government was finally toppled. But, I mean, I guess it was just, we have so many other holidays, and so they probably went, well, I think we had like, I think there were some other days that they like basically went like, okay, we want to introduce one, and we're actually going to pick this other day that has slightly a bit of a, more of an had a bigger impact on Germany. Yeah, I don't really remember what I'd have to look something up, I guess. Messages. Let's see what messages we had. Subject: Halcyon, Helen. So if you do not want to know anything about this DLC, then anything that says Halcyon, Helen will probably spoil something for you. Just for this DLC, though. Alright, Dr. Blossom, we're thrilled to hear the news that Rizzo secured Halcyon Helen as the spokesperson for the new Spectrum product. Our data shows she has favorable dispositions in many key categories, including the coveted 18 to 34 regularly employed existential crisis demographic. You'll be here, you'll probably forget anyway. Okay. That's always the good part about bad memory. We'd be happy to show her some of our product advertisements ideas. Stop immediately. I'm sending this message to both teams in the marketing and product labs. I do not know the extent of your squabbles, but they end here. If it weren't for the incredible projections Spectrum Brown shows, we'd all be out of work after that embarrassment at the presentation. I expect more from both departments. Oh, okay, so embarrassment at the presentation, this Pavlovian thing, was probably... Okay, that was probably not the presentation that is upcoming and can't happen because of Halcyon Helen's death. So, that was a different one. Okay, I thought that maybe, you know, the prank someone had prepared would turn out to be what got her killed. What in the architect's blue blazes is going on? What in blessed corporate law is all that commotion? Okay, that's the one we've already seen at the front desk. Okay. Seem to be some more enemies in there. Okay, I think this is the central spot. So that's where we came from. Oh, so if we go into the big room with the slugs, there is a way through there. Now I get it. Okay, we can do that. Let's see if we can sneaky this.
How's your butt, Captain? Feels good. Feels fine.
Like true professionals.
All right. Rum and something. some healing stims, that's good. Alright, and now there should be a way through here. Come on. Wait. No, wait. I miss... Oh, that's the wrong room. Oh, okay, we have to go around here. Oops. Well, sorry there. What's this terminal have to say? Product Innovation Lab trial KO8 has produced moderate results. The zero-calorie sweetener produces 36% of the amount of dopamine compared to popular cigarette brands. It is possible that this is as far as we can go without introducing substances that would categorize this as a tobacco product. And we're already towing the line as is. Oh my god. I'm interested in a trial with a larger set of subjects, however our lab's resources are getting cut thanks to the new lab that's begun across the hall. Maybe we can offer it to our colleagues in the marketing lab, show them a thing or two regarding proper science. Oh, so that's the coffee thing, I guess. They put extra sweetener in there that was addictive. This world gets worse and worse. Lab resources. Dr. Blossom, I apologize, but I wouldn't be doing the team justice if I didn't question the budget cuts this lab has seen. We've had to shelve 3 products and we're losing 2 more researchers. Honestly, whatever's being developed in the lab across the hall better be more addictive than Adrenatime. I apologize for our team's outburst at the product presentation. I assure you we didn't intentionally mean to scream in terror and assume the fetal position when Spectrum Brown and its slogan were unveiled. It has to be something the marketing lab did. For law's sake, they aren't even real scientists. Okay, now here's the stop immediate message we already saw. And the thing about the noise. Okay. Alright.
I just wanted to make you smile! Oh, yeah, I just want to be your friend!
Ooh, and I even remembered that I can blow up stuff here. Alright, this isn't Tactical Shotgun 3, I don't know. Ah, here. Oh, there is a hole in the wall, literally. Memo, new employee orientation. Welcome, insert name. We're happy to have you as the new mechanic custodian at insert location. I think the form letter didn't get filled out. Or maybe they just don't care. It is your responsibility to ensure your location of employment is tidy and works like a charm. Your duties include, but are not limited to, cleaning of all surfaces, regular maintenance of all machinery, restocking employee break areas, maintenance of all electronic systems, keeping inventory of the location's operational item reserves, voluntary assistance for the lab's research as needed, maintaining a thorough documentation for your possible successor. We know that sounds like a lot, but don't worry, your predecessor has kept thorough documentation for your needs that you can find on this terminal. We hope you're excited to begin this most fulfilling career, and remember, whoa, 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 it's Rizzo's. File, how to be a janitor, in one word. Training file corrupted. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. That's a smart terminal. Logs. First day. I've gotten 17 requests from the lab workers that I had to respond to, and also managed to find time to sweep, mop, and buff this whole place. I was hoping that the employee how-to document would help with some of these machines that I've never seen before in my life, but guess what? The asshole left it completely blank. Utility terminal. I got a request from Dr. Blossom to hook up the gas lines to some canisters that are mixed with a heavy sedative for dispersal in the lower labs. Luckily, I've got enough experience cleaning all the muck that builds up in the vents to get it all done in a couple of days. Still, I wonder what they're needing this for. I think they took the last of the Raptidons out of the lab last week. I guess the pheromone flavoring results weren't as promising as they'd hoped. Jackpot. Since I read that stupid orientation document, I've been hoping they'd ask me to volunteer for something, and here it is. I get to be a taste tester for the newest Spectrum flavor. I'm heading to the lab right after I fix the clog in the showers. So exciting. Oh, and I guess that was the last message. Alright, let's dispense the sedative gas.
It would seem the erratic footsteps of my pacing delirious employees have ceased. So I presume the sedative worked. Please return for consultation at once. And do remember, unauthorized access of confidential Rizzo's information is a capital offense.
Oh, Mom, no problem with the information. I'm just looting your storeroom. These things kind of look like the fat boy, whatever the portable nukes that they have on Fallout. I wonder if that's like an intentional nod, because of course some of these people used to work on Fallout or at the same company. Oh, there are some partially vivisected parasites, apparently. Hello. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Let's see, is there anything else? I wonder if the parasites are just, you know, local. And they started using them as always before they realized what their full effect would be. Oh, there's an arm back there. Well, just rum. Or if it's related to whatchamacallit, or if it's another thing where they did some modifications to get to this form of the parasite and caused it that way. Finally finished our first set of experiments on these parasites we harvested from the infected would-be attraction animals. Ah, they were building a zoo here. And the results have been, what the hell am I doing? Why am I taking this tone? Who's going to see this aside from members of the research team? I barely need mention how beyond completely phenomenal today's find has been. Not only have we discovered why Harold, the system's saddest teacup canid, has had his remarkable turnaround, frankly I'm amazed no one realized something was awry earlier. His cage was only about as large as he was. By the way, Myers, there goes your daily adreno ejections theory, you buffoon. But we've also found something that will find me to a vice presidential position in no time. Remind me to devote a bench commemorating the Rizzo's semi-industrial exploration team for giving their lives to bring back the Aridanum gigaseus from the holy caves. Okay, so they found these parasites in a cave, I guess? I'll also be certain to devote an even larger bench to myself for finding the birth site of the parasites and ordering experiments to start. I've already been in talks with management about ideas for products that could utilize the parasites' joy-intensifying hormones. It's amazing that Sublight Underground hasn't looked deeper into this. We may have had to cede them the land, but seemingly they haven't disturbed our research site. Well, their oversight is Rizzo's immediate benefit. Great job, me. Oh, okay. So Sublight got the land where these parasites are. I'm sure some of you are still shaken by the events earlier today, but the course of science never did run smooth. The benefits of a research are easily worth the potential risks associated. Garcia would most certainly agree if she were still alive. I've talked to Administrator Ludovico about setting up some additional security measures in case of another test subject breach. In the meantime, for the love of the architect, do not infect an individual test subject with more than one parasite. The frenetic joy will have to be enough, at least for now. I'm still looking into promotional means, but I think we'll find something soon. Some Rizzo's product engineers have discussed mass-producing the parasites and placing them in some kind of beverage to evenly distribute the joy-inducing hormones. Things will seem very promising. Things still seem very promising. I look forward to the day when I can leave this backwater facility behind. That's charming. Blossom requested, demanded, we helped the engineering team produce a gas that would target the neural links of individuals infected by the Eridanium gigaseus. Well, we did, and it was simple enough. Just isolated a particular cell type only found in the parasites and produced an enzyme that should shock them temporarily into stasis. But you better believe the second it came time to tell the administrator about it, she was the one who had developed the gas, and she was the one who had been primarily working with engineering to get everything together. She takes credit for the initial finding, and even after Dr. Garcia's death, which was basically all Blossom's fault, she still somehow manages to find a way to spin things in her favor. Some of the other researchers were talking about altering the gas not to target test subjects, but to target her, and for it not to render its target unconscious, but dead. I wouldn't write this down, but I know Dr. Blossom doesn't read log entries that she didn't write. Tell you, their ideas are beginning to seem more and more appealing. Cadaver removal. At your earliest convenience, the Slug Lab requires your sanitation services for cadaver removal. There are 2 bodies at present in the RR&DD labs, 1 scientist and 1 test subject. Send a team to move the personal corpse to the incinerator. After this, please send a hazard team to dispose of the test subject. For highly classified reasons, the corpse can emit certain chemical compounds that are extremely dangerous if mishandled. Please don't skimp on the protective gear. We'd hate to have to hire a separate utility team to pick up the bodies of yours. Okay, and that's the noise. Okay. So I guess we've read everything. That's fascinating. So we know now that the whole thing, 1 slug makes you docile. More than 1 makes you so euphoric. That you start attacking other people. Wait, can we go up the stairs and check out what's going on there? Oh.
They've reproduced all the comforts of home. Only difference being the Byzantium elites aren't the only parasites here.
Burn. Okay, that's what he meant by all the comforts of home. They have a few really fancy rooms here. I wonder what this, if they were supposed to, you know, be expanded. And, you know, this was just starting to be built. Or if that's more like the... Well, it can't be the employee cantina, can it? They would never give such fancy stuff to employees. Anything in any of these rooms? Nope, doesn't look like it. Here's a workbench at least. Oh. I don't know what this... Why are there so many rooms here? It's just to allow people to loot somewhere. This is the room we've already been in, right? Yes, I think so. So I guess we've investigated everything. Yeah, this is where we came out. This is where we came in. I don't think we've been here yet. But sadly, nothing interesting to discover here. Oh, a little bit of money, I guess, to be looted. Whoops, wrong button. This room seems kind of... Okay, we're under her lab now. So that's why this... place showed up as part of the way to the objective. Now my misorientation is slightly resolved. What's there? Tiny room. With some more money and a game. Ooh. This top hat once belonged to Captain Faison of Byzantium, last seen on Terror on Monarch, standing much too close to the edge of a sulfur pit. This pungent accessory should serve as a reminder of the many terrible dangers found on Monarch, and a further example of why no self-respecting Halcyonite should ever visit. Well, we're not a Halcyon so I guess it's fine that we went there. Oh, is that the incinerator? So I guess they never got around to incinerating. Oh, so that door seems to be welded shut. So I guess we're going back via the elevator.
Just who in the... Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
We better hurry, Captain.
I want to, but the door is sealed. Huh, no. And yes,
Just when we were
she's
gonna
been...
get some answers.
Well, we have her office key card.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Ooh.
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
No shit, Sherlock. Examine the body. You're sure you heard gunshots earlier, yet this victim's loss of blood is oddly minimal. Okay.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was injected with something.
Search the immediate area. Although you distinctly remember you don't see any bullet casings. Oh, maybe it was like some sort of needle gun? It's just trying to be helpful. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know.
Did the device find anything? Besides the obvious, I mean.
Pretty sure he's dead. Whatever he did was evil, like some kind of villain in a serial adventure. I think we'll go 5 kills in and out before we could catch a glimpse of the culprit. I'd expect more blood.
As would I. Something is off about this whole situation.
It's always a little weird when in the dialogue scene you're talking to your companion and then they walk in from outside because they just got respawned.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, you...
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
What's this? Well, let's first use... let's try this one and see. Spectrum gating. All core systems operational. Weapon requires loaded spectrum vodka array to be functional. Open case. Error, not all spectrum flavors are present. Oh, okay. View lab notes. Spectrum Gatling terminal. The Gatling taunts me from behind its glass cage. The infernal void damn thing refuses to work and I know the exact cause. It's me. Why am I wired like this? Why? Whenever I tried to fiddle with the internals sober, I broke parts off, or connections failed to fire, or pieces stuck out of the casing and shorted out other components. So of course the solution was obvious. Get at least a little plastered prior to the work period every work period. When I'm relaxed, my hands don't shake and it's much easier to see where things should fit or how to bridge certain connections. The problem, of course, is that I also get artistic. Why should a weapon work on mechanics alone? Why shouldn't you have to, say, slot one of every single fucking kind of spectrum vodka into the thing before it will fire for the first time? I don't know if it's tied to the weapon's internals or if it's some kind of lock, but it seems that it should fire and absolutely will not. I have to get one of every kind of spectrum, including black. I can only hope the storage warehouse has had recent shipments of the entire spectrum, or all this work will have been for nothing. I have to be the dumbest genius this side of Halcyon. Okay, that was Blossom. Okay. Alright, so we want to take that... Let's see, use the discrepancy analyzer. Ooh, there seem to be more discrepancies over there. I guess that makes sense, because down here... Oh.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... This is Dr. Blossom. Iridanium Gigaseous Slug Research Report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. It's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
So I wonder if, you know, given we know that most of the Rizzo's products are probably made from waste, and chemical waste at that, where she said, oh, she got some vodka on the bug, whether that was just, you know, to illustrate how drunk she is, or if that means, you know, that's how they made these animals, these slugs, behave this way. But I guess she just got it from the canid, and that canid had turned happy. So I guess the parasites were doing this naturally.
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
The Great. You gauge that this vent probably isn't supposed to be gaping open, but beyond that, it's difficult to tell if someone used it to enter the lab or to escape from it. Seems daring either way, and fun, if a little scary, like something a character in a serial adventure might do. Examine the fuse box. There's a cut wire in the box. Someone wanted the power cut to something, but you're not quite sure what. Huh. I can't get up there. Interesting. Ah, and here it goes on to the rest of the lab. Oh no, wait, this is the lab where we came from. Never mind. I somehow thought... I guess we've explored everything because that optional objective disappeared. And this is likely, you know, the door we noticed downstairs that was blocked. Okay, here goes nothing. Welcome, Dr. Blossom. View download confirmation. File. Error. File deleted. Was successfully downloaded to external data cartridge. Messages. From Administrator Ludovico. Subject Halcyon Helen's lab tour. Apologies for the late notice, but Ms. Bellamy has requested a tour of the facilities while she is visiting Eridanos as Halcyon Helen. Please prepare for her arrival in the morning. Well, Leora, you did it again. At long last, you located a bottle of Spectrum Black hidden in a crevice of musty shelf space in the storage warehouse last night. That much closer to finally getting the Spectrum Gatling to work. And what happened? You got all the way back to the water tower before running into a group of primals already diverting themselves with fruits of the fermented variety. One bad blackout later, and here you are, covered in primal vomit without the Spectrum Black. Get it together. Huh. Oh, she got the primals. Or she got drunk with the primals? I remember, you know, we encountered those product testing primals. So I guess that's where we're supposed to get the Spectrum Black then. To all department. Okay, that's the commotion. Files. Error file deleted. Hack. Ooh, we can actually hack it. Yes. Tests involving the parasite Eridanum judaceus, colloquially dubbed slugs, have produced astounding results. Even when compared against our most promising methods of producing a brain chemical dependency, the pheromone the Eridanum judaceus secretes produces dopamine more efficiently than anything on record. Further tests will continue researching how much of the compound we can introduce to subjects and observe the effects. Despite our less than ideal presentation to administration, the product impressed for two main reasons. As mentioned before, this product will produce that boozy feel-good stimulus like no other, but more importantly, the pheromone's makeup is completely unique, which means there are no regulations surrounding its classification. The idea of a completely addictive product with zero laws surrounding it would certainly justify any means. Oh god. They found an unregulated addictive substance, so they're gonna milk it for all they can. Okay, that's all the files
Don't they
we have,
realize this just makes us more curious about that data file?
Well, we already hacked it, so I don't think we need the data file. Alright. I guess we're good. Let's see, what spectrums do we have? Spectrum red. So I guess we can go through here and see if we dropped any other colors. Spooky. Teleporting companions. Hello? What do you have? Tilleritos, whatever those are. And let's keep running around here. That door won't open. I could have sworn I saw a bunch of Spectrum vodkas when we went through here. But it seems as if all the loot has despawned now. Armor parts, that's nice. Do. Model spaceship. Necklace. Give me precious spectrums, please. Game. Maybe I could just buy them somewhere. But, you know. Picking them up for free kind of sounds like it would be easier. Those are uninteractable bottles. Oh, what's this? Purple berry liqueur. No. Don't really need liquor. We need vodka. Good vodka. Here, little water. Here, little water. It's not just the purple berry stuff. Don't you know those give me a headache? Doesn't look like there's any vodkas left down here. Ah! Spectrum vodka red. We already have that one. I guess they all just have red. At least I found one bit cartridge. Isn't this exciting content? Someone frantically running around, probably making you dizzy. Looking for vodka. I swear it's not an addiction. I'm not an alcoholic. Wait, where is... Here is the elevator. Is there an achievement for getting all colors of vodka? No, it's a mission thing. It's... Well, I don't know if there's an achievement connected with it. I don't even remember if Epic has achievements, come to think of it. But, what it is for is to unlock that room and get us the bigger gun.
All personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the waspitos for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
Do you hear buzzing?
Why is there an unscheduled... Oh, here, okay. Do I have a flamethrower?
Got the drop on us. Nice hit.
I think that works.
I can't see.
Come on, you can do better.
Become trapped in a space with one or more waspitos. Try standing still. Just kidding. You die long before a waspito grew tired of stinging you.
Why are we supposed to deal with the waspitos anyway? There's more here.
Here we go. Nice one.
Why are you using melee weapons on a swarm of bees? Seriously?
We are just that good.
thanks any guest trapped in the orchards for your patience as the pollinization cycle commences. Don't forget, our trees and bushes can't pollinate themselves.
Got him!
Alright, it's interesting. But I don't quite understand why I'm supposed to deal with all of them. How are you doing?
Someone needs to get to hive control to shut down the swarms.
Oh, okay. That's how we're supposed to deal with them. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Caution advised. Mosquito venom sacs release the chemical that they stay withheld that makes a single
Where
stick up
is...
to 12
Oh,
times
hive
more
control is
painful
in here.
and
Okay.
deadly than that of organic wasps.
Why am I stuck? Hello? Hello, I'm stuck. Oh, my keyboard was just... Alright. That should work. Cannot use while in combat. Yeah, great.
I just want to be your friend!
Did we get the... Yes. Oh, analyze. This multi-purpose tool would be nondescript anywhere else, but here there's something strange about it. Scan the chemical makeup.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
This particular arrangement of substances doesn't mean much to you, except for the fact that none of these substances should be found anywhere near the orchards. Whoever brought this here came from somewhere else. Inspect the casing. The casing is pockmarked and scratched. It's been well used. You also notice an inch-long steel panel haphazardly nailed to its side. Construct a lever, or we could even just tear the plate off, or wiggle the nails out. That's fascinating. Engineering, construct a lever to remove the panel. You collect a nearby rod of metal and, sliding it beneath the panel, push down on it until the panel comes free. As it falls away, you see that it was hiding a slug logo. That was a simple way of saying, hey, let's make it impossible to recognize. Just take Sublight Underground's logo and staple something over it. Conclude examination.
So, what'd you find?
There's some foreign substances on the tool. It's likely that whoever released the mosquitoes was a slug employee.
It seems our mettlesome inquiries may have touched a nerve.
There are some foreign substances on the tool. This thing didn't originate in the orchard.
Then we've got a new lead, as it were, though admittedly a flimsy one.
Abort pollinization cycle. Check recent activity. Brute force. Warning, the system has been illegally accessed by a person or persons not employed by the Rizos Corporation. Brute force to trigger an unscheduled pollinization cycle was used to override this device's protocols. Protected records and documents may be compromised. Caution is advised. Credentials are out of date or never existed, displaying only outgoing messages. Real funny. Hilda, generally, when two co-workers get blasted out of their minds on Spectrum Vodka, and one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be if someone put wasps and mosquitoes together, he doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion and a couple 100,000 rabid insects on his back porch. I can appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. If you wanted to, I don't know, bail me out sooner rather than later, I'd be most obliged. Subject, bail me out. Hilda, I'll put it bluntly, this place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today I accidentally selected the begin pollination cycle function on this terminal. The cycle just activated. No password protection, no confirmation message, nothing. As it so happened, there was a scheduled tour making its way through the orchards at about that moment. Somehow that idiot groundskeeper's exterminator mechanicals got activated, giving the waspitos something to sting that wasn't the tour group. Those people barely got away with their lives, and I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. My supervisor has apparently scheduled me for some kind of standard medical treatment, but when I come back I better have a message from you apologizing for not responding to my messages and containing an immediate transfer to somewhere that isn't here. I've had enough. Horace. Hilda, I've reread my last message to you and feel I owe you the deepest and most heartfelt of apologies. I've been such an entitled boor since I received this promotion. In reality, I should have been thanking you. To oversee the day-to-day coming and going of creatures as majestic as these waspitos is a great honor. Congratulations on your promotion, by the by. I would have thought I'd be mad, especially considering how central my waspitos were to your new position, but since that treatment, I found it difficult to stay mad about much of anything. I hope you enjoy Byzantium. Okay, so the guy, the new overseer, I think that's the one we met with the slug on him. So yeah, he invented the mosquitoes. Or at least, I don't know if he invented it. It sounded like he had only had the idea. And, you know, basically, Spectrum Vodka Yellow. Yes! So he probably didn't invent it, he just, you know, he had the idea and the other person then created them in his backyard, I guess. And now he's responsible for looking after them. Alright. Let's see. Report to Ludovico. You found evidence that a certain research file was downloaded to a data cartridge, then deleted from the terminal. Administrator Ludovico will want to hear the results of your investigation. We still haven't met the productivity queen. So I guess we can go to Ludovico. There we are. I think we can fast travel to you, can't we? But yeah, this is shaping up to be a good mystery, at least. I don't know about you, but I'm really, really, really looking forward to finding out what's going on here. So at least we know now that the slugs are kind of the science project here. Not just something the people accidentally picked up in the
brochure never mentioned anything about mosquito attacks. What other dangers are they hiding from us?
You want an alphabetic list, or would you rather like the first book only?
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Wait. Do you have a slug?
Me oh my, how exciting to see you again. This truly has been a day to end all days. I could die happy. Anything you'd like to discuss?
I don't see anything, but I think she's... Is she the one we found on that one machine where it said she was always so grumpy, and then turned out she came from the orchards and was happy?
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
No, wait. It says
Aha!
Administrator Ludovico. Oh,
so
I
nice
guess...
to hear you. Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
I guess we're supposed to use our terminal in our penthouse. That's... I thought we were supposed to meet with Ludovico.
The misguided individual rifling through Ruth's belongings seems oblivious to our presence, Captain. Perhaps you should have a word with him.
Oh, sweet gibbering law. Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like. Who are you, and what do you want? Never ask that question. Wrong TV show.
I'm the mascot for the Rizzo's Rangers, 3-time, non-consecutive all-Halcyon champions. And what I want is to wish you a good day and be on my way. I seem to have wandered into the wrong premises. I have mistaken this penthouse for the Rizzo's Rangers locker room on account of my headgear cutting off my peripheral vision.
Right. Oh, if we had determination, we could convince him. I'm not going to hurt you, just relax and tell me what you're up to.
Fair enough. You seem pretty decent. Also, you're guarding the only way out.
Mm-hmm.
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
You're out of luck. I found it already. It's pretty incriminating.
You found the recording? Oh, well, that's just sweeter than a fistful of purple berry punch. Oh, law, Birdie's gonna slaughter me like a woolly cow. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Can we intimidate him? I think we'll intimidate him because otherwise he'll probably end up dead anyway. Tell me what you know, or they'll have to rinse your remains out of that mascot outfit.
What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The Pilot House complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
Okay, I guess we're letting him go. And I'm going to see if that's the power supply for the keyboard. Or if it's just dropping its connection all of a sudden. Which would be a bit annoying. So we already found the message or not? I mean, we lied, so I guess we didn't find it. Oh, is there any vodka here? Barkeep. Purple berry liquor, spectrum vodka red. We already have purple berry wine. Wait, can we talk to you?
Sam's Special Inspector add-on includes a magnifying glass to sleuth out the germs and parasites that other cleaning products leave behind.
Oh, that's not the barkeep, that's Sam. Okay.
Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
I do love all the wall space. So much room for trophies.
If you say so. Ramen something. Spectrum brown. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Oh. And they even... Oh, right. That was probably Bertie or Helen's money. I was just thinking, the hotel left us some money.
The longer we stay here, the more I can feel my mind softening.
The music is also very calming.
I'm gonna nick a few towels. They won't notice.
Fine with me.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than a few lives. That doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for a cigarette. The plot thickens, Administrator. No. Yeah, you could say that.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector, as if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
She was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned violent. Oh, all I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's RR&DD lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
She spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence she was at a picnic. Yes, we saw that with the telescope.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the Wasquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I learn anything else. It's weird. I thought we'd get the chance to say something
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Hey, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room? I'm not sure if I should tell him that. Let's try it. Hey, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
There's something about my tone that's just some joking.
My apologies. I can tell you're not, as they say in Terra 2, twisting my limb. I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service.
I think. It was a misunderstanding. I just wanted to know if you had anything to do with it.
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance and don't involve myself unless necessary. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
We'll talk later. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go to that meeting spot.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
The lobby, please. Now we can pick who will take along. I think we'll take along Parvati again. That was elevator music. Never noticed that one before. It was also kind of sounding like it was behind me, so for a moment I thought like, wait, my phone is not back there, and that's not my ringtone. What is this? Halcyon Helen versus the Brain Eaters, Chapter 12 of Murder on Eridanos. How far away is this? Oh, on the other island. Bridge, hotel to pilot house, but we can't really... I can't see where we are. I can't see my position. It's going numb.
Don't mess with us.
To make you smile. I hope I didn't get blood on my clothes.
Oh, don't worry, my dear chap. If you had gotten blood on your clothes, it would have been your own. Hi, Bruiser. Slug is a weird first name. Alright. I guess this is open now. Do you have any vodka? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Oh, let's see if we can buy anything and maybe sell a junk on the way. Let's see. Rum and something. No, Spectrum vodka apparently is not a thing here at this vending machine. What a view! I mean, really. Do 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 doing doing doing. Come on, folks, let's walk in lockstep. Okay, left, right, left, right. Come on. If you don't play along, we will never get that bridge to shake.
Oh, look here. I could use a new pair of glasses.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
Oh, does he sell stolen goods? Shampoo bottle.
Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief.
Oh, are they selling Birdie's luggage?
Attacked by a terrorist.
Say, weren't you looking for a new hat?
Indeed. And that looks just like my old one.
Come take a look.
What a fortunate find, eh?
Hey, you look like you need some stuff. Fancy watch? Spare cufflink? Single earring? You want it, I've got it.
What is all this junk?
Junk? My friend, this is not junk. These are people's prized possessions. Priceless personal effects, beloved souvenirs and knickknacks.
So how did you come by them?
Huh? Oh, well, some of the guests left this stuff behind.
Oh, that's the stuff that they flushed down the toilet. You mean you stole it?
I would certainly not admit to that, even if it were true. Take a look for yourself.
You doing okay?
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship.
Docking fines.
So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict?
Docking rules?
Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels, docking while under the influence of alcohol, docking while under the influence of caffeinoids, and loitering.
Sound like a Tuesday to me. Wow.
And that reminds me that I've got delinquency fees accruing on top of the original docking fines. Which is why I'm hoping you'll purchase my fine wares.
What do you have? Yeah, it's lots of Alright. Okay, concierge livery, classic wear Umbra. Profession, not protection. But that's it. No spectrum, I guess.
Take that shot, asshole.
Whoops.
Everyone all right?
Jeez. It spit at me. So glad I didn't try to buy any weapons from her.
I say, this pocket watch has someone's initials inscribed on it.
Must be an antique.
But aren't those your initials?
What a coincidence.
Yeah, okay, she really lifted it off people.
If you lose anything else, it's good to know we can purchase a replacement here.
let's see what this one is. Oh, here we go. More parasites. It's interesting that they're everywhere, basically. At least here. Okay. Guess we're gonna go. Can we repair? Come on. Oh, insufficient weapon parts. Huh. We have armor parts, but we don't have weapon parts. Wait, but we can deconstruct stuff, right? Break down. So let's take some of the random weapons we have. Okay. Let's just break them all down, even if they're pristine. It's not like we're obviously hurting for money right now. I think we've got all the special weapons only. And I guess the melee weapons... Ionized paper knife. Wait, let's sort damage rating. Alright. Let's just sell all of those, I guess. They're not really stuff we're using. Okay. A repair, yes. This one as well. We have armor to repair, yes. Alright, and while we're here at the workbench, I guess we can take all the weapons we have and tinker. Never really used that one. So first let's tinker with the assault rifle, which seems to be the one we use most. Alright, and that upgrade would be 20,000. I guess that's a little much. And the bolter pistol... Okay. Can we still use this if we're not... level 38 though? I think I might have upgraded it too much. Well, the PET Let's upgrade that a little bit. Because the upgrades are fairly cheap right now. $36, okay. The discrepancy amplifier. Barely has any damage. Like damage 5 to 6. I'm not sure I want to upgrade that. Although I don't know what it will do, but I think it's not built for damage, so let's just leave it. Anyway, so that's the hotel where we came from, so I guess we're gonna go up here somewhere. Oh, and that's the next bridge. Good. Let's find the mascot then. It's kind of funny that all the mascots have these huge ball heads. It's just what it is slightly different. I had actually kind of hoped, you know, that there is a you know, that the mascot would at least look like the Spacer's Choice mascot. Makes sense that it's just the Moon Man, but the other one, I kind of wish they'd, you know, built him his own body or something. But my guess is the idea might be that that way they can sell me a helmet without having to make my helmet work with all the kinds of armor.
Administrator Ludovico can seem intimidating, but he's a decent fellow.
Yeah, we've heard that. Welcome to the pilot house. Enjoy your non-mandatory visit. Meteorological control station or the pilot house entrance. Phaeton.
You're sure he's not in the museum?
Even if he is, no one will think you dressed the same as him on purpose.
I was at breakfast first. If anything, he's dressed the same as me.
But we can part your hair on the other side, just in case.
Such a classic. Navigation deck. All right. And I guess that's where we will be going. Yeah, he seems to be inside. So I guess this is where we will take our break of the evening, actually. And then we'll be back in 5 minutes for, you know, for the rest of the game and finding out what the not Moon Man meant to tell us.